I'm not familiar with Reddit, so you're gonna have to guide me through this.
That's okay. Are you on the whatever page, the front thing?
I guess so. It says
Just
hot.
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 Oh, this is quite
Hot.
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 So, do you know what the name of the show is?
Path of Exile, Lighty's Reddit extravaganza. Shit
George,
show.
George Costanza's Meme Factory.
George Costanza's
That sounds a bit.
meme conspiracies.
It's like Lighty's weekly Reddit shit show. Close enough. Who are you?
I'm Fatal, otherwise known as Fatal Bobadal,
Faddle.
otherwise known as James Vanderbeek. I make Rainbow Six Siege videos.
Mediocre TV shows.
Mediocre conspiracy videos.
Sounds about right. So we're gonna go
Starring George
we're gonna go
Costanza
back
James.
and forth, going down the top 25 posts for this week. This is before 2.5 Path of Exile Breachness, so it was a bunch of pre-breach hype, bunch of breach pre-cum, if you will, but
Pre-breach.
no pre-breach, no which is also what you yell when you're about to go in Rainbow Six Siege and bust through a door. You yell pre-breach and you throw a grenade, and then nothing actually gets done, and then you shoot your teammate.
I'm gonna breach.
Just wait.
I'm gonna breach.
And then we're just gonna go back and forth reading the top 25 posts. So do you want to go first, or should I go first?
Try not to die of anticipation.
I'll go first. Good talk. So the first thing we have is Path of Exile 2.5 Breach League actual trailer
The literal trailer.
by itchyoji.com, and he's memeing. So it's just the Breach trailer, but he's
Back.
dubbed.
Yoji's back. He said he was done, but he's back.
Yep, he's dubbed over it.
But this time around, Beyond uses the
And
same mechanic
he's saying it
almost
looks like
every recent
Beyond,
Path of Exile League has been
which
using.
it does.
Click on stuff to spawn monsters.
And he's
Call them
memeing,
breach lords
and he's
in the same
memeing,
color. But
and he's memeing.
there will also be
and he's
leagues in
memeing.
Purple League. To do so,
He's
you use
highly
the
critical of
blessing
the
of
breach concept,
Soft, soft, the hot.
and
He
he's got
also-
the XD. He's got the XDs. It's pretty nice.
Having a hard time pronouncing certain words. I skipped ahead.
Come with their very
Uh, he's got a lot of really quick cuts and edits,
subscribe for more silly jokes like these.
and he told me to subscribe.
He's got a lot of hand hype. I guess you would call it.
I mean, maybe he's a hand model, idiot.
He's really into hands. That's
He's
what
really
I'm
handsome.
gathering from this. He's
give
really
him,
handsome. He's very handsome.
I'll give him an up like for the name, and then a down like for the content. And I didn't sign in, so neither of them actually worked. All right. Now that's good. The next post we have, it's your turn to read it, but I actually haven't seen this one yet.
By Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh,
Wow. I didn't know he was still alive.
maybe it's
We've
Edgar
got
Allan
Breach,
Path of Exile.
Elite, challenges and rewards.
I'm curious about this one. Actually, haven't seen this. Oh,
Launch
it's
on
edgy
December 2nd.
wings. Look
You
at
haven't
the
seen any of
wings.
these?
No, I haven't.
Alright, so we've got the, let's see, the Glove MTX, looks like. Some wings, some nice demon wings.
Ugh. don't like the
First
wings at
challenge
all.
is successfully keep a breach open for 30 seconds or longer. I assume that's, you keep it open
Yeah.
just by continuing to kill shit.
I think the first 30 challenges gonna be pretty par of the course, like every other
Right. Yeah, kill a rogue exile. Wow.
kill.
Amazing.
Kill unique
Just a lot
launchers.
of grind work where you won't even have to look at each
Kill
one.
1,000 rares in any difficulty. That's really fucking easy.
Level a gem to 20, so there's some time investment.
Well,
That's not that bad, but kill beyond demons.
we
Okay.
have reach level 90.
So
that's the
pretty
one.
status quo.
Yeah, kill the
Create
breach
these
things.
corrupted jewels, so you get a fucking ball, a shit ton of jewels.
Complete these encounters 3. I hope that's not the last one, but that's pretty easy actually. Oh, each
Complete
of the
10,000 map tiers.
Huh, I didn't see
So
that one.
altogether, all of your, so like you get 1 point out of 10,000 for each tier your map is. So if you do a tier 10, you get 10 points towards the 10,000 goal.
Okay.
And completing a tier 2 will only give you 2 points. So
Atlas.
basically, you can do 10,000 tier 1s if you want to, and just very quickly.
Oh, so then.
Kill the Shaper is one of them. And we got the end game grinds.
What are the end game grabs? 40 shaper kills, 100 or 100 Azaros, 10 Ubred Zeres, 100 Breach Lords.
That's actually 40 Shapers Guardians. That's
So it's not even Shaper, it's like Phoenix and
no,
shit.
you don't. Yeah, 40 times. I guess that's any, and it's any. So how many Guardians are there?
4.
4. So you get 4 each. So you do Shaper 10 times. You don't even have to kill Shaper.
I guess.
You can just do it.
It's a massive waste of a map, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
fulfill a
people are gonna
prophecy in
fail
a
here and
map.
there.
200 prophecies is pretty easy. That's just gonna happen. Just 200 prophecies in a map. That's one of the end game ones.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. I mean, silver coins, unless they lower the drop rate, that's going to be fairly simple. They just want people to probably partake in it, since a lot of people just totally detach themselves from it being like a completely optional mechanic.
Yeah.
You're just kind of fishing for like the Void Heart one and all that.
Lucky
really,
connections.
yeah, all the really dope prophecies.
The dope. We have
the dank diggity.
The diggity danks. Got map mod changes. This is one we were talking about a little bit earlier, but some of these are kind of fucking sweet. Some of them are a little flavorless, but we'll go through them all. We have of Drought, which is players gain reduced flash charges. Seems fine. Nothing really.
I want to know how high that scales, because that could be pretty significant.
Oh, you think it scales up
Pathfinder.
like 30 and 40?
No, it does. It does. Yeah, it says. You've read this, right?
Where?
All the map mods. It says right in white text.
This mod appears. That's how it goes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I misread that the first
I
time.
thought it said it appears more likely in higher maps.
Right. Yeah. No, it's
Well,
they're saying it
slightly
scales.
higher. It's probably 20, 25, 30 then.
Wording it out, spreading it into fucking an entire sentence.
So the curse effect.
Just like the less curse.
Status
That's cool. I like that a lot more. That's a lot less
than
anti-fun
immune.
than hexproof. And I mean, hexproof is cool. I like the idea of hexproof. Like certain items can bypass it. Like that's another level.
It just seems like you should just cut out the fucking middleman and then just put the less effect on things.
I have no problem with the game adding complexity, like.
But as long as there's a workaround. The whole thing is you don't want there to be a map mod that turns off a build. You want to make the map mods that slow builds or hinder them, but
like complete cock block, like completely
like blood magic. Yeah. That's like
yeah, which is being removed.
Reflect is fine. You should be able to work around Reflect. You can just swap in life leech, and most builds can do Reflect maps or work around your gems. Even as like I was playing RT Cyclone, you could just take out melee fizz, put in wed, and then put in like life gain on hit, and you can turn off your auras or put in haste instead of hatred, and you can do things.
Lightning,
lightning. Sure. Yeah, like, there's tons of things you can do.
That's an intelligence gem, and
you just like replace Conch with that or something.
Yeah.
There's tons of ways to do it. It's just, but at least you can still do it. It's just.
All depends on your.
But then if you fucking hit like an LA reflect mob in the map, you're really dicked. Area is inhabited by abominations. I'm not even positive what abominations are.
You skipping over the status ailments one?
Maybe. What if I did?
Did we talk about this?
Maybe I was frozen and I couldn't read it.
Maybe
I was shocked and I chose to pass it.
Forgot your staunching flask. Your
no, yeah, it definitely bled me out. Yeah, I mean, status elements is spooky for sure. This kind of comes back to a larger argument, which is why all life builds get dicked because of elemental damage, and this isn't going to make that any easier. Life builds have zero way to mitigate LA
I'd like to see the scaling on this too, like how high, like if you go to like a T15, is it going to be like a 30% chance?
Probably like 25-30%.
Because that's going to be pretty scary.
Yeah, you just have to have a freeze flask on you pretty much at all times. And a shock flask. But
well, I mean, ignites later on in the game, actually, even ignites are kind of scary.
That comes down to another mod at the bottom. We have, like, and then there's abominations. Monsters can't be taunted. That was already there. They just kind of tacked on. Well, they tacked. It's like the stunned one, but it says can't be taunted or slowed below base value. See, what that does is pretty much just shits on temp chains. That's about all it does.
Which is fine. I mean, temp chains is so like overused.
Yeah.
Such an overused curse.
Conflagrating. It's a good word. Well, this mod active all kinds of monsters. Damage hits with always a night. You may be able to bring a 1,000 flask. At least they're telling you. They're giving you a heads up. That's a little disclaimer.
Yeah, 100% hits.
Especially on maps that have like, but it also says from hits, so it's not like degen or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's a degen ability? I can't think of one. Oh, like caustic arrow.
I'm just reading something else. Hold on.
This mod appears at slightly higher values in minor map to replace elemental specific resistances.
So you can get conflagrating, which is the always ignite, and the empowered.
Yep.
So there's only, I mean, then you'd have 100% chance to ignite on
And
hits,
also
and
be
then
shocked at the same time.
a small chance for them to freeze and shock you at the same time.
Which is just great.
You could just get wombo comboed from
They've
status
replaced the
elements.
res things
Kind of
with
terrifying.
just all res things. So I'm sure that all res goes to like 30% or something. Then it's no longer 80% of a specific res, which is fine again.
This is gonna be pretty crazy though. I mean, like.
Well, fucking L2 stack pen and bring flasks. Monsters have 30% chance.
Yeah, but it's just general elemental. Like we were looking at, you were saying what, like 80%.
Yeah, that was the top end on red maps.
So that, like, yeah, that would break a specific if you relied on the element.
I mean, that negates you using double curse pretty much. Like
this is not as damning. I mean, yeah, it sucks that you've got the LA resist and it's gonna slow your clear speed.
But it's a lot less.
Not
It's less than
necessarily gonna
half
break
the
map.
I mean, the way the elemental resistance scale is kind
The
of crazy.
chaos resistance is something totally new, right? I mean, all mobs have.
Yeah. Well, no.
Do mobs have
Some
chaos
do.
resistance
If
by
it says
default,
it do.
or is it just the bosses?
Only,
and
no,
stuff
no, only
that-
like specific mods do. So like the Val constructs and skeleton snakes, they have chaos res.
Right.
But it says it if it does have it. It's the least likely res by a lot, like a big margin. But that's also one of the perks of playing the chaos build is the fact that less mobs have the chaos res.
Yeah.
And then you have stuff like the map of skirmishing, which is players have point blank, which is fucking hilarious. Because that just means that you just have to be right fucking there to do damage with half the things.
Did you mention the impervious one?
Yeah, that's not like a big deal, in my opinion.
I mean, the bleed is kind of scary for like mind over matter and stuff. That can be pretty terrifying if you get a big crit. They
well,
can...
30% chance to avoid it.
Oh, avoid. Okay, I thought that was
no.
monsters.
If it was 30% chance
blood.
for monsters to avoid poison,
That
blight,
would be-
and bleed at all the exact same
To
time,
inflict them.
that'd be the
Oh
worst
my God.
fucking thing.
Okay,
yeah.
avoid. Okay.
Point blank just shits on some range builds. Just means you have to play closer. Not many builds run point blank in general, so it's gonna be pretty interesting.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. And then of rust, which is I guess degrading armor. Players have less armor, which is a big fuck you to armor, which is already in the shit spot. Same thing with reduced block chance, so that shits on max block builds.
That's a big 20% reduction in block chance. That's pretty
Yeah,
huge.
that's
I mean,
brings you from 75 to 55 if you're max block pretty much.
you can just, if you're maxed out though, you can just overcome that with like a roomies, right?
Yeah, sure, but it's still-
Roomies is what it goes up to 20% still, right?
Yeah,
The new ones.
25 on the top and 15 on the bottom, I think. Yeah.
So you can just pop in a roomies and then, you know, if
Yeah,
you're that
if
reliant
you're a
on block
gladiator,
chance.
Yeah, sure. It works the way, but it's, still shits on them. The builds that we're already getting shit on, that's fine though. Monsters have increased
of Myron. You Myron, bro?
Yeah, bro. Your girl looking mighty fine, but admire her. Players dodge chances unlucky, which I think is kind of a really shitty way of wording things for newer players. Like, everyone knows. I mean,
Well, they at least include. They're making an effort now to include in tooltips. Like,
sure.
If you highlight over stuff, it
Except
actually explains
that
the mechanics.
maybe a
lot,
third
which
of DPS builds tooltips are wrong. So
is- Okay, but I mean, at least like. You don't need exact numbers to play your build, right?
No,
But you
but
should have an idea of how
they
to.
also they used to have the word recently a lot, and if you don't know what recently means, it means 4 seconds.
Right, and yeah, there's a lot of these vague, ambiguous terms, but
An
at
unlucky.
least they're making an effort.
Do you know what exactly what
have the-
unlucky means in Path?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
It's where you have a double check. It's like when you go
Yeah,
to crit something.
two roll
you have to-
chances, but
Right, it's like your accuracy check is. Yeah,
I mean,
it takes.
how
it
would you
takes
know that if you're a newer player?
The worst of the 2 rolls. Well, I mean, it should probably have an explanation underneath for all these
sure,
ambiguous stuff.
but will it?
Like people generally know what accuracy rating is. Like that's something that's
Yeah, you
know
can
all
figure
over
that one
the
out.
passive tree, and yeah, I mean. That's
But
your chance
unlucky
to
is what
hit
like a British guy yells at you when you fucking miss a hole in golf. Like it's not like it's fucking unlucky, mate. Just not like it's like what does that mean?
Oh,
Does that have
right,
weight
that's
to
just
it?
unlucky.
Exactly. And then we have players have 15% less AoE. Again, doesn't really
Impotence. Map
yeah.
of impotence.
Map of baby dick. Doesn't really punish you that much. It's just like, all right, you have a little less AoE. Not the end of the world. It's interesting though.
But it does scale, so
It's less. Yeah, it is less. And it scales up probably to like 25. Even then, it's not like a massive.
which is also cool because I mean the amount of AoE that people usually
It's a
build
lot.
towards
It's a lot.
is ridiculous.
One thing to note is if you look at what mods have pack size and which ones don't. It's interesting that the one that has less AoE, it gives you pack size. And then,
a lot of these have packs.
Yeah. But then we go to
Seems like they intentionally
all
organize it
monsters
like that.
from hits always ignite doesn't have pack size. And
Yeah.
you'd think that the one that is probably the most lethal of the list, same thing with 15% chance to cause status effects,
Yeah,
doesn't
the
give you
status
pack
helmet's
size.
one. Yeah,
They
that
keep
seems
doing
very
this, they keep putting the super fucking scary mods.
like the item quantity ones are like
Well, the one problem I have is that there's no like cumulative combination for pack size or quantity or rarity. And with that, I mean that you could have both these mods on the same time and also have monsters deal ally damage and also have monsters deal crit chance. Or a bunch of high
right.
crit
There's
chance.
no like
And none of them give pack size. And you're like, well, this is the most lethal map I've ever rolled.
I think
and
that'd
the
be
reward
something
is
really
fucking
cool
nothing.
if they
Combination
threw in some
pack
sort of
size, yeah.
multiply, like stuff that wombo.
Like maybe
combos,
these
you know what I mean?
these
Like,
things on their own give 5% pack size, but if you put them together, they give 20%. And if you put
Right.
like a crit thing, now it's 35% because they realize that holy shit, this is gonna do a lot
or
of damage.
if they hadn't removed like the power charges
Yeah,
gain, and you had that on a map where they had a higher crit chance and crit
Yep.
multiplier, then that should like multiply, your reward for actually
in
doing
general,
the
I
map.
feel like they should be rewarding you with pack size for mods that are gonna kill you more than slow you down. Because
At
lots
least
of the
give
ones,
like more item quantity, you know what
yeah,
I mean?
because like lots of the ones that
or item
that are
rarity.
like giving pack size are just slowing you down a little bit compared to ones that are gonna fucking kill you, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me because I am less incentivized to roll those spooky mods since I'd rather just run a blue with pack size than run a triple rarity mod that has 0 pack size because overall per hour I'm getting better clear speed, which means better loot and better experience.
Better XP, yeah, that's the big one.
It just seems kind of ass backwards, but maybe they know something that we don't at the moment. Maybe it's also not out yet, so maybe it's changed.
But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty hyped to see if they're really.
I think this patch in general is going to be one of the better. Like it cannot. I don't think it can be worse than Talisman, Prophecy, or Essence, in my opinion. I think it already has a lot of potential with what they're doing, so I'm really looking forward to it. And performance-wise, it can't be worse than Piranhas. So, unless literally I start the game and my character somehow dies before creating it, so I'm pretty excited for that. Let's move on because we're only at number 3.
Did we want to? I mean, did you want to touch on the changes?
For what?
Oh
fuck! You're right.
The old version.
You're right.
So like the old version
God,
of stasis.
why didn't you
prevents
tell
life and
me
mana regen.
beforehand?
You're the one that skipped over it.
It's true. Yeah, this is actually pretty. This is probably the biggest part of this, is the fact that basically the mods that give you less life mana ES regen or no life mana regen no longer affect mana, which just basically means that it's nice.
Well, the ones that completely prevent a life and mana regen, they now prevent energy shield regen.
Yeah, but then the old ones no longer affect mana recovery, like the the other one, Smothering. Smothering now only affects recovery of life and ES, no longer affecting mana recovery. Did you read that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah, that just means that there's 3 different mods now, 20, 40, and 60, which still give you pack size, but no longer fuck with your mana, which just means they're even better. They were already like some of the better mods to have. Now they're even better. And then they just made it so that GMP no longer rolls, it's only LMP.
It's gonna be pretty wonky rolling maps.
They removed blood magic,
But I mean,
shut down fucking everything. It's nothing really, you still just roll for pack size. Like it's just kind of shitty, but whatever.
Well, I mean, still depending on your build, like there's still a lot of really damning things. It's not.
They removed.
It's not like there's totally just a complete absence of
They lowered the fucking max res
the need to
thing.
read over the modifiers.
They removed power charge altogether because of lag, which is like, why didn't you just do that 3 leagues ago or whatever?
Yeah, with the Parandus and sprinkling gold dust
Seems
over
good,
everything.
TM. All right, read the next one.
I mean, that'll be really nice not to have 9 power charges on mobs and
on
just
fucking
cutting your FPS.
titty
to
bitches
nothing.
shitting you off map.
So this next one's actually from Vex. It's about Tallborn, the unique wand coming up,
It's
and
interesting,
upgraded version
I think,
Tallfall.
because a lot of people, and I agree, are saying that the unupgraded version's better. So the only difference is it doesn't have the lose power charge, gain frenzy charge thing. The other version is exactly the same otherwise. So it just gives you spell damage and plus 6 tornado, cast speed, 50% chance to gain power charge on killing a frozen enemy, which is like, why wouldn't you make this on a hit? It's still shit, whatever, sure.
Or at least 100% guaranteed
and
power
then
charge.
it gives you the flat. People are like, oh shit, cold snap, but it's not good enough. If you can duel with them, you get a 100% chance, but it's still on kill. So each cold snap costs 1 power charge after the first cold snap. So if you kill an enemy, 100% chance, but then single target, you have no single target now of cold snap.
And this is a level 65 wand.
That's the upgrade version. The other one's level 20 something.
Really?
Yeah. I can maybe see it from the comment section.
Do we know where this is gonna drop from, or?
Every single new unique in the league can drop from anywhere within league. None of them
Awesome.
are gated.
Awesome.
All the upgrade
Except by
versions. No, yeah, except for our level. All the upgrades are required by doing the bosses. So if you want to get upgrade versions, which you don't have to do, you just do some of the bosses, and I think they drop things that let you upgrade them, and those are also tradable. So you could. It's a very accessible league. It's like the old leagues where there's not gated content. The content's just gated behind playing in the league. So it's like Parandus, where you can just everything can drop from it. You can get Veranustras from fucking boxes if you want.
I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, which I think is a lot better. But yeah, I mean, the thing with the wand is it says you lose all power charges upon reaching max power charge.
That's pretty damning.
Yeah, so if you have like 9 power charges, when you get to 9, you lose them all. But then you gain a frenzy charge on reaching max power charges. Just
Only one though. Like I wish it would. Yeah.
Why did I thought it said?
Like it'd be really cool, at least like half or like an equal number. Like,
Well, the thought process behind this.
like imagine if you lost 9 power charges, but you gained 9 frenzy charges.
Well, what you could. It just says upon reaching max. So if I use 2 of the corrupted jewels that reduce my max power charge by 1, that means my now power charge limit is now 1, right? Because it's normally 3 minus 2 equals 1. So if I gain 1 power charge, I just reach my max charges, which means I then lose it, and I gain a frenzy charge. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's really shitty because you're sacrificing 2 jewel slots to make a shit wand work. But then, I mean, that's the only way I can think of it really working past actually just not doing that. I mean,
then you're totally just avoiding the flat cold per power charge. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. But then again, that's why people are just like, don't use this version, just use the old version. Let me try to find that. Tollfall.
And like we still haven't seen everything that's gonna come out of this league, so.
All
I mean,
right,
what is the name of the item that you used to upgrade the
I don't know.
the
I
Tallborn?
think they're
It's
all
like
different.
the Soul of Tull or something like that.
Yeah, so Toll.
So it's you have a specific
Oh,
boss that you
Tullburn.
want to kill to upgrade your.
Burn.
You have a specific boss then that you need to kill to upgrade your specific unique, right?
Yeah, something like that. That's basically how it works. Who the fuck is Toll? Who the fuck is the wand?
So not only are we gonna have to hunt, what do you call them, beyond bosses, we're gonna have to hunt breach bosses as well.
Oh man, I cannot find the fucking old wand.
But I mean that's kind of cool because people aren't gonna be like selling fucking breach boss kills.
Yeah, well they might be, eventually.
If you know a way to guarantee the boss, because they only stay open for however long.
Yeah, I mean we'll see. We're not 100% sure on how the mechanics work. I'm sure if you can sell, people will find a way how to. I mean, in general.
Hopefully it's just not another trash unique.
We'll see.
Another trash unique wand that nobody uses.
The next one is
That
a
isn't
shit
Lightsprig.
post about Russians. Lightsprig's OP. Shit post about Russians. I play on Russian region because of lower ping, and this happens from time to time. We understand each other, but we can't because #Russian. It's literally just you just kind of communicate with the guy speaking in Cyrillic. Like, how does he know what he's saying?
I have no idea. There's just no context. It's just a bunch of Cyrillic. Like
He
this
says,
guy could.
I
Just be
understand Russian, but I
yelling
can't talk Russian. It's complicated.
So he's saying that he can read
Russian
Russian
because he's played on
and
a lot of
replies in
Russian shows.
English, and the other guy can
Understand
apparently
it.
understand the English, but can't type
This
back
is like
in
watching
English.
like a fucking Dinner with Andre or something. Like it's just what a clusterfuck. Yeah, seems good. Well, hashtag Russians.
I guess that's neat.
All right, your turn.
I've had a Russian friend from Dota 2. Just little story time.
Go for it.
He's removed me recently. I'm not sure what happened to him, but
Oh.
he spoke
Oh.
like the best. Sad story. He spoke like the best English out of any like non-primary English speaker that I've actually spoke to over voice chat. And it was like really impressive because he learned it all through playing like Gary's mod or something.
Seems
It's like, wow, that's
so much
that's a
trouble
lot
in
of time
Terrorist
playing
Town.
Gary's mod. It's like
Oh
you
my
instantly
God.
know a lot about somebody when they say that they've spent enough time in a game to learn
Gain a
another
language.
language.
Jesus.
All right, next one is Rip Kriparian Breach League.
Yeah.
This
so
is by far probably this might be my favorite one
Yeah.
on the entire list.
Fucking long story short. Hearthstone
There's a new
expansion.
Hearthstone expansion coming out, so
there you go.
bad news. We're not gonna see Kriparian and his fumbling in the new
Yeah,
content.
we don't get to see
We're,
Crip sit
we're
there
not
and
gonna watch Kriparian read Scorching Ray information
For a half
10
hour?
minutes
just.
in town.
Oh, what is this cast speed you speak of?
What is cast while channeling?
Back in my day.
Okay.
And then he tries to test the build in standard and has to look through 800 remove only tabs to find the fucking faster casting gem. It's great.
So I mean,
It's also
at
happened
least
for a few people who played Overwatch that were going to play Path, because the same day as when the new Overwatch Comp League starts for Season 3. So
gotta pick one or the other. One
pretty
or the
much,
other, boys.
So I can't play fucking Dank Ganjo.
Choose
for weeks
your
straight.
priorities. Do you want to play a nice
I think I'm
ARPG
just
or
gonna
do
quit
you want to
Path
play a
to
card
play-
game for children?
Just gonna quit fucking Path to play Overwatch now.
Please don't.
I won't.
Thank you.
Armor gets some love in quotes. I'm doing the air quotes. Can't. In 2.5, which is just what we talked about. It's the fucking someone's salty about the map mod that gives them less armor. But yeah, I mean, it does give fruit. It's just pack size, which is nice still. It's something. I mean,
Right.
armor has problems. You're
Next
out.
one is this is Ziggy D announcement. Weapon range is now on Tooltips. So this goes back to
Yeah, this
the
is
thing
actually
where I said
pretty
it's
good.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good that they're actually including this type of information.
That being said,
It's
what is
not
that?
paramount.
What
I
is that measurement?
Weapon range is very, yeah, exactly. What is it? It's not meters. That would be
I mean, yeah. If rapiers are 12
it's
in the
big
longest,
units.
that means axes are probably going to be a little smaller than that. Although,
Rapiers are 12.
yeah.
12 weapon range.
And
my
that's the
God.
longest, though.
I don't understand how two-handed weapons aren't the longest.
You'd think that
range.
staff would be the longest thing, but no.
Or long sword. I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
like.
Oh
Oh well, we won't really. It's not that important, really. In all, I mean, in the grand scheme of things. weapon
Unrelated,
range,
Ziggy D's
it
playing
is
a
for,
Golemancer next league. So that's a thing.
But like I was saying, it's good that they actually include information in the game, so you don't have to, spend hours outside the actual game
Yeah.
learning this stuff. It's not. Again, it's one of these things where it's not paramount to your success
No, but
and
it's
your
just,
progression
it's
and,
nice
and
though. It's
learning the
quality
game.
of life.
The more accurate information, the better.
Mhm.
It's not like a stat bar. That's one of the biggest things that piss me off, like in Vermintide, when you've
Yeah.
got a weapon information and it's not in numbers. It's just like a stat. It's a Call of Duty stat bar, and
Yeah,
that's
when you see like a
one of the
meter
worst
out
things.
of
It's
like
like invisible.
fucking pie chart.
It's almost on par with like invisible walls. Just like something that just irks me. Like, it shouldn't be there. You shouldn't do that.
Nope, just make a fucking like barricade or something. Patch notes for 2.4.3.c patch notes. All
Point C.
point C, point 5.
3 point C.
It just says that fucking DirectX is being less shit now. That's basically it. Path of Exile client is shit. It's still shit, but they're trying to make it
If
DX11.
you want to waste some nice frames per second on really nice lighting effects, get hyped because DX11's coming.
Yep, and if you have any sort of AMD stuff, your game's not going to work really well.
If you want some really nice special water effects, then DX11 is
And
on its way.
remember, if your game's lagging and you want to make it better, replace assets with fog, because that's how that works.
No.
Yeah.
Or just
They have to
if
rebuild.
you need new content.
They just
If
got
you've
to remake the
some
fucking
nice
client at one point. They have to. They can't. It's like they bought this like shitty fucking station wagon, and they're trying to like race at McLaren, and they just keep putting duct tape on it, and it's not holding together.
Well, I mean the CPU optimization thing was like amazing. Like
Sure. And
massively
they make
improved
strides. They
performance.
make strides all the time in kind of lateral
But
ways,
most
though.
people-
Is the problem? Like,
Right.
They make stuff
Most
like blue
people's-
filters, which doesn't actually increase the like it doesn't make your client better, but there's less shit in your screen,
quality
so
of
it's
life.
like
Yeah,
gonna
I mean-
be less laggy. Fucking particle slider.
For me, the performance. Yeah, exactly. That was the thing I was always saying when Piranha's first hit. This is like the shit I commented on all their Facebook posts because I'm a social media whore.
Yeah.
But I had a comment on there. I was like, let's when you introduce new content, please don't just sprinkle particle effects on everything because that's what you feel like doing. Like,
I mean,
actually think about this
There's
stuff.
games like TF2 and there's games like WoW who use their graphics with super low poly models, so it runs really well. Like they just have it so the models are textured so it looks 3D, but lots of them are actually flat polys, like they're flat surfaces. So it's really low impact on your computer, but it looks nice. And they just use like certain ways of shading, but it's actual low particle effects, so it doesn't fucking lag a lot.
I mean, I give GGG a lot of credit for what they have accomplished thus
Sure,
far.
sure.
The CPU thing probably isn't as good for most other people.
No, they're
because
making
most people's
strides for
computers-
sure, but I think they're taking on too much, especially this whole fucking China thing now. Like they're getting involved with Tencent, which is like putting your hand on the devil's dick. Like,
Well, what I was saying about the performance thing is like most people's computers are not like mine, where it's like bottlenecked by the GPU. Like
no, not at all.
most people's investment into like their gaming rig is all into their GPU, and they don't have like a hex core processor. They have like some 3 gigahertz like dual core maybe or something like that. And,
Sure.
But I mean, I'm really glad that they actually optimized the game for somebody like me who's fucking shelled out a stupid
You're
amount
so-
of money for a good
You're
processor.
so shelled, bro.
Okay.
This next one you're gonna love.
Demonstration of Skyforth, Headhunter, and Vinktar's Leech Power Creep combo. Oh boy. It's a
Yeah.
YouTube video by EMBBUZOMG. He's fighting
so
Shaper.
if you watch it, you'll notice
He's using Blade Flurry.
that he's actually not using Headhunter, Vinktar's, anything. He's not using anything. That's the whole fucking meme.
Yeah, it's
He's
just a
using
joke video.
4K life, 5K life. He's using a white dagger and a 5-link. And it's because Blade Flurry is fucking insane. And all you need is Blade
In the
Fury.
membrane.
Yeah, he's on a fucking
Got
white,
no
He's
brain.
got a white vegan dagger. Yeah, it doesn't even matter.
Does he really?
Yep.
Wait, where's the gear at the end of the video?
Please see last 2 seconds of video. Just fucking.
Unlisted video, so it's only on Reddit, ladies
only-
and gentlemen. You're only gonna see
only-
this on
You're
Reddit.
so listed.
Some nice ironic shit posting.
Again, I'd upvote it, but I'm not logged in because incognito. Please be considerate and think twice before sharing. And of course, it links me to fucking Donald Trump. Oh, a Thanksgiving message from President Trump. Well, I'll
You're
click
very
that.
blessed to call this nation
Oh,
our
I'm
home.
not.
God. I'm
And
clicking
that's
it.
what our divisions long
This,
Look at the face.
this is not
I'm
what we agreed to, lady.
This is. It said, "Is Baron Trump autistic?" So it's in the bottom right corner. Okay.
Of course he is.
Results of vendoring 15 trade tabs. A bunch of alts.
And Hillary Clinton's a man because we haven't seen her penis or vagina.
Well, if we haven't seen her penis, that probably rules out the man thing, I guess. Yeah, this guy just vendored a bunch of stuff.
15 trade tabs. So he was planning on apparently selling all this stuff on ProTrade, I guess.
Probably. Just vendored it all.
And what he actually got, I mean, this is kind of... he could have like actually included some nice items
Context as
and
far as
triggered
what
some
he,
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if he vendored like
Yeah.
a tabula that was 4-linked.
I like the
then,
comment that says should have threw a fusing in there, because then people would be like, fusing recipe confirmed. Because it's all from vendoring stuff. So it's like, oh man, how did he vendor stuff and get a fusing?
You're full of shit.
I'm on to you, bro. The next one's yours, and it's gonna be a lot of reading. So
Demonic Wings.
It's gonna be a lot of
Oh,
reading.
baby.
You ready to read a lot?
By
And-
Zerfi.
Oh my god.
It's the Path of Exile preview for the MTX.
Look a lot like the
Nice-
fucking
nice
vampire
free,
wings. Yeah.
Nice free reward. I think this is what the second.
First tier. I
The
think.
second
or whatever.
reward?
Yeah. The one of the
First tier. No, first tier I think is like gloves, like claws or something.
Yeah. The third one's
like
a portal though. It's not really
Claw
matters.
type glove,
Yeah.
which is a hand thing.
Sure. But the wings look alright, I guess.
They're pretty cool.
Oh no, these are 36.
This is the final
Yeah. I don't really.
36.
Well, that's nice. So this way,
Really?
I don't feel motivated to get 36 challenges now because I don't really care about the wings very much.
You don't want demonic bat wings? Come on.
No.
You don't want to be like what is it, Raziel from fucking Soul Reaver,
I think I'll be okay.
or what's his name, Legacy of Kain.
Don't you mean William Dafoe from
vampire.
Daybreakers?
It'll go perfect with your vampire armor. Come on.
Oh,
I know you always use the vampire MTX, lady. I know it's your favorite.
That's true. Official discussion. Are you official enough?
No,
Uber lab farming for breach.
I don't
Skies?
frequent the Reddit. I mean Reddit.
Oh my god. So it's just talking about builds and ways people use to fucking lab farm, and what to enchant, etc. Pretty common knowledge. Just enchant I-84 Uber circlets and all the other good bases. Devotos is a great one. Rat's Nest is okay. I think Rat's Nest is less good nowadays.
And play War Chief.
Heretics Veil.
War
War
Chief
Chief Total is great. Sure. Comp does all the shit.
That's how you just you get free Uber.
Oh god.
The fuck was that?
Dying.
I don't know if you're laughing or dying.
I came so hard. Juggernaut's great. I would say Oculus. Occultist is great.
Oculus Rift.
Oculus Rift is great. Either of those, because and you just run death door boots, and then you can just run through all the traps.
Okay, I just gotta point this out. The first commenter that says he made 400 exalts just from selling helms with good enchants, gems with quality, and Etziri frags and random currency. His name is Jack Goldstein writes.
Jack Goldstein.
He's made 400 exalts. Uber farmers hate him. Learn one weird trick from the
Jack
top
Goldstein
voted
Incorporated.
comment.
Hey, it's me, Jack Goldstein from Jack Goldstein's Goldstein Emporium. Jesus Christ. It's like the fucking Binder and Binder commercial.
You ever wondered how to make 300 exalts?
You're gonna be
400,
verklempt just
500
thinking
exalts?
about it.
You gotta invest
Oh.
in Uber Lab.
This next one's really great. You're gonna love it. I can't wait.
Pork Riparian. Reddit was right. Reddit was right.
Confirmed.
I really don't make any sense. I don't know if this is like
It's just
a
shitting
sarcastic-
on lifting nerd, bro.
My World at War fix.
Off of very interesting defensive mechanics like mind over matter or endurance charges, evasion block, things like that.
It's hegemony talking. I don't. There's just a lot of nonsense. I don't know how to describe it. You'd have to watch it. I don't normally listen to these podcasts. I've opened them before and listened to a few minutes, but I got respect for all these YouTubers, but I don't religiously subscribe to them.
We have weird camera angle. We have can't afford a camera. We have plays Hearthstone. We have apparently can't speak English. That's the that's the
He
four.
can
I
speak
guess.
English. He's just got.
I don't know. I mean,
He's got. He's.
I guess
got
people
the,
are saying his
Yogi accent.
English isn't good. I think he speaks fine. He's not fucking American, so the fuck do you expect? Like, he's got an accent. I think he's Swedish, Norwegian. He's like that kind of European. I know. Yeah, like it sounds like let me click another random video. I don't know. I'll just pick.
What's up, guys?
I'll just pick a random lifting nerd bro video. Let me just go find one. Maybe
He's
one.
just replaced his voice with rabble.
Rebel.
When he's speaking like Okay, I normally everything that lifting nerd has said before I've understood what he said, so I don't know what the.
So let me just pick a random. I'll just pick a random video to
memes.
show. I don't know, maybe this one. Top 5 totem builds. I'll go to like a random time. Like let's just say 3 minutes.
It's completely random.
We'll go to like 3 minutes 51 seconds in.
He's not pinpointing one of the builds.
No.
Number 4 on the list is Bladefall totems.
Yeah, Bladefall totems. That seems good. I like his voice.
The Bladefall active skill
Who
duration
does-
and spell
Who's
totems.
that?
After doing
There's Keanu Reeves in this video. What's up with that?
Keanu.
Oh man.
Is there a DJ Khalid?
type of totems, and not only does this totem
I think there's a DJ Khaled. Seems pretty good.
I love DJ
It's
Khalid.
pretty good. Anyway,
Like, is Bladefall totems good?
it might be, maybe a little bit.
Might need a nerf in the future.
No, it's only gotten buffed like 4 leagues in a row. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Hey, GGG. Would be very nice to see a video of the new melee mechanics. God save the Wilson.
So, were you gonna? Wait, did you? I had the.
What?
You had the. Was I on the pork crib thing? You skipped over the Carl Humongous. Carl Humongous.
All right,
Diablo 3.
You do
Basically,
that.
this is
What
just.
Hello,
There's a video
everyone, Lighty
here. MF Pelly Time, which is. I mostly know him from Hearthstone. He makes Hearthstone videos, or no,
Oh,
not Hearthstone.
trigger me.
Heroes of the Storm. Sorry, triggered. He's doing a video explaining to Diablo 3 players what mapping is and endgame content, and that's pretty cool. It makes me glad to see people of
Sure.
different, different walks of the gaming community.
Oh fuck! Look at
Trying
this
out this
goddamn
stuff.
res. It's not capped.
Most.
I'm gonna shit a brick.
Well, I mean, at least he's playing the game. Most Blizz people are either religiously devoted to Blizzard or specifically only into WoW or Heroes and they don't play anything else except maybe a little Overwatch. Makes me happy to see people trying out the alternatives and showcasing them.
Oh my god, he's playing Voltaxic Spark. He's playing a build that's like 4 leagues late. I missed everything you said because I got so triggered.
Still works though. He's only got like 3k life in mapping, but yeah.
Fucking res is giving me AIDS. Anyway. But yes, I agree with everything you said.
I mean, and the game is what you make it. I mean,
yep.
if somebody wants to come to the game, play 2.8k life.
I want to play Candy Crush in a Path of Exile universe. So once that comes true, then I can finally die a happy man.
Well, you might want to ask that out of one of Blizzard.
I will.
Ask Blizzard to add
To
it to
the other post saying, "Hey GG, would nice to see a video of the new melee mechanics." When I clicked on the fucking Ziggy D Twitter thing, pretty sure he's showing melee mechanics today or tomorrow in a video. So.
God save the Wilson. Don't forget the subject or
Nope.
the subject matter.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess you do the next one about the standard thing.
Wait, what is he? What are these new melee mechanics?
It's basically that melee targeting is going to work similar to how it's kind of like semi-auto target, like multi-strike does.
Okay.
That's essentially it. That's it. People just want to see how it looks.
So it's gonna be more snooze mode for melee, just kind of
More quality of life. Like I mean, you could say more snooze, but you have to aim a little bit less probably. Yeah.
not gonna need as much precision targeting.
No, not as much precision. It's more like a soft
So,
aimbot, like where it drags your mouse to their head slowly. That's kind of how it works.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, he provided no content, and there's no, just a lot of comments on this.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
It bothers me when the subject becomes so popular just from hardly any context.
No, it's a shell of a post. Like, best thing about standard is 100 billion fucking remove only tabs. It literally scrolls on forever.
And this is what happens when you play league by league by league, and you never
touch
bother
standard.
to organize your. Yeah, it's kind of like your room. That's if you clean your room every once in a while, it's not too bad.
Yep.
But
It's also like
if you
shaving your
go
balls.
months on end go months on end without doing your laundry and just leave it in piles and true, yeah, that's also a good point. But yeah, I wish they would, you know, add some, at least, you know, put all the remove only tabs
Listen,
at
it takes
the back or give an
at
option.
most a half hour to organize your tags if you do it at the end of your league, and then maybe a half hour on top of that.
Right, but that only gets you so far.
No.
There
What
could
I'm
be
saying
more
is, it takes a half hour to like. It's for me. I have 20 something tabs full of shit. It takes me a half hour to condense that into 5 tabs or less. So when the league ends, I can make an easy transition from that to my standard stash tab. And then once it does merge, which was today, when I fucking put my 2 different leagues worth of 5 tabs into standard, including ripping characters from hardcore, it took at most 30 minutes. So if you just, like you said, if you stay organized, it's not hard to be organized.
So you condense yours before the league ends?
Always. Yes.
So you don't have these, okay.
So I'm just
good
transitioning
idea.
from one tab to another tab. Yeah. I always cut the chaff, because there's tons of stuff that I don't bring to standard. I just vendor it all.
I think moving the tabs would make it also easier after the fact.
Yeah, the fact you can't move the tabs is a little ridiculous, but...
If you were actually able to look at this list, like the vertical list on the side where it's the pop out.
Well, they have to make it so it's like drop down
tabs
windows
up and
also.
down would be
It's just
really
just
nice.
too ridiculous looking. Also, they
Well, I
don't
don't want-
go away if you don't log out. So you have to log out every time you fucking clear your tab for it to disappear.
Right, for the remove only.
Not to
And
mention
that's not-
my fucking biggest pet peeve, which
that
I
bothers
talked
me
to-
less than
I talked to you about this yesterday.
MTX.
MTX tabs is the fucking worst for me.
Yep, exactly.
The fact that I can't either create new tabs or I can't move MTXs to play this fucking like shitty Tetris game to like get all my shit together. So I'm like putting things on items and taking them off to make sure they fit in the right slots.
It's not even like Tetris. You can't freely
It's
move.
fucking one-handed
items in the
Tetris with
tabs.
like half my screen's covered, and then
You've got to pop items. Like you've got to actually apply items to take
I
them
have to
out of a
fucking
tab.
send them an email every time I want to get a new tab. I'm like, I already paid
They
you
only
money.
give you
Just
one
give
at
me
a time.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, can I get 2 tabs? It's like,
I tried to
"Alright, I've
explain
added
them. I was like,
another
all right.
tab."
I was like, all right. I'm taking like probably 5 characters worth of MTXs off and stuff from hideouts. I'm gonna need 2 tabs. Like, we sent you 1 tab. If you need another one, please tell me. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking email you in
just
2
told you.
minutes. I just
I
told you
just-
this. But clearly it didn't get through. Fucking thanks, Bex. All right.
That's what you
anyway,
get for supporting Path of Exile.
Basically.
Limited MTX.
Ziz died at Uber apparently, so let's see that. But it's in the league. I think he was trying to rip on purpose or whatever. Fuck.
He committed Sudoku.
Yeah, he's just doing Uber because he's on his war chief totem. He's like, I'll give it a try.
7K life.
I mean, he has a life build. You have to have it that much to do anything. Also, keep in mind, during this time, I'm pretty sure armor still doesn't mitigate ranged attacks. That bug has been going on forever.
Just in general,
Yeah, just
or
doesn't
on
work.
Atziri
No, it just doesn't work.
with the spears. Those spears are terrifying. If you don't have armor, I mean, if you don't have fizz mitigation,
Oh, he died like a
to
fucking...
be a clothy.
He died like a baddie also. Holy shit. That's painful to watch.
I'm waiting for it.
It's like a minute in. Or a minute 10.
It's almost over. Yeah, the video's not long. It's a good watch.
I didn't even see that.
He just doesn't pay attention.
Oh, I was so focused on her, I didn't see the flame blast.
Making a classic totem mistake. Just not paying attention. What are you gonna do? What you gonna do? Bad boys, bad boys.
He was almost out of that flame blast too.
Yeah, but he wasn't. You gotta watch your feet, especially in Uber.
He's almost out of the edge of that.
I don't know why
I
he
mean,
was,
that's a
when he was
lot
looking at anything else. I don't understand it. You're also always supposed to stand like 3 squares back of her, because it's enough room to dodge the flame. Like it's enough room to dodge the beams, then you can dodge flame blast from the angle that way. But he might just not have a lot of Uber experience in general, which is also possible. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know.
Next one.
Yep.
Essence League Shadowplay Dump, day 1 through 80. This Shadowplay, that by the way, they've updated the GeForce experience now. I have no idea how to record gameplay with it now.
Oh.
I wish I could just reverse the update. That they've completely changed their
No.
software.
So it's just his fucking league montage of him him getting stuff. And
Okay,
doing
so it's
stuff.
not a dump. I was expecting this to be like
Pictures.
just,
I thought it was gonna
like
be.
here's 800 gigabytes of
Oh,
I put them all into a 4-hour gameplay session with Path of Exile.
Yeah, it's mostly just him doing stuff in leagues and stuff.
Just Blade Vortex running the
Sure. It's fine. It's just like a league highlight video. Buying a lot of Piranhas coins, and he found Skyforth from Piranhas. That's pretty lucky. I think he bought them after the fact, actually. Or found them.
Holy shit. That is lucky. Queen of the Forest, Shavs.
Oh, he got a Vol's Devotion from the Void card. That's pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Somebody's got luck almost on your RNG, lady.
Well, he also probably played the whole league. I did not
He
play
looks
the
like he
whole league.
plays a lot. I'm just
We'll
joking.
see after this league. This league looks really fucking good. And I'm
Fucking
probably gonna be
balls.
playing the entire more this league than since Beyond. So prepare for 3 months of Lighty playing straight
Fire
path.
damage leeches life.
That's the.
I'm sorry, you were saying?
Oh, that's the 7th best impulsive, by the way.
Okay.
Do you want you want to know in order? I can tell you what they are if you'd like to know.
I always forget what they are.
We have +1 max res, +1 curse, and then just having the stats is better than most things. And then lightning, then comes fire, then comes chaos, then comes cold, I think. What's the order? Fire might be 6th then, or 5th. 6th or 5th. I know stats is the 3rd best scenario. Also, he's handing this, I mean, he doesn't know because it's the Void, but always hand in your Vol's Devotions at a character that's like level fucking 1. Because it limits your pool. That's the whole point, at least.
Oh.
That's why I have,
I
have a level 1 in.
Can you get +1 curse at level 1?
Yep. +1 curse and
Dang.
+1 max lower. So those are the only ones you want. So
Nice.
that takes off half of the pool by doing that. So that's why I have a level 1 in standard,
just make a new
just for
character.
hand-ins. Yeah. You just pay someone in Exalted and standard to rush it to fucking Act 4, basically. It's pretty easy.
Say that again?
You just pay someone. Like I think I paid Belton and Exalted to rush me to Act 4 in standard.
Oh, okay.
Level 1 Act 4. You could also use the recipe, whatever the fuck it is, to de-level a character with regrets. But I think it's actually way more expensive because it's like really expensive for that. It's like 20 regrets per de-level thing. It's a lot. Tabbing out from full screen mode changes Pee-wee into windowed mode. It's a bug, apparently. Smells like a bug, tastes like a bug, looks like a bug. My biggest pet peeve is that pushing control and enter at the same time puts me in full screen mode. And I don't know how to turn that off.
Isn't that supposed to be alt-enter? I know that's
Oh,
what it is.
it's alt enter. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah.
But
Because you can use that actually on Rainbow Six Siege.
but that's the
to
fucking
bug
worst
out
thing
the-
ever. Because I push alt to and up arrow to look through chat to repost chat things, and I push enter to redo it. So if I'm doing / abandoned daily, right, and then I do it again for all my masters, I'm pushing fucking alt tab up enter, and if I don't take my hand off alt fast enough, I lag and go into full screen mode over the series of fucking 10 seconds. I have to lag back when I turn it off. So it's really great. Really great all around. Yeah, that's about it. The next one looks very interesting though.
Happens with a lot of games though, where you're in full screen when you launch it, but if you alt tab out, it'll just automatically put you into windowed mode, and it'll still say in your
windowed.
options that you're on full screen, but you'll
I
just have
would
to
never
go back to the
not play a
options.
game in windowed mode.
Which
I can't imagine.
He didn't say, yeah. I mean, I've done that on Path just when I was screwing around watching like your stream or something, but since I don't have a second monitor yet.
Yeah. Path of Exile fucking essence crafting thing.
Essence Crafting developer question and answer, Breach League design, and more at MMORPG.com. Faster master leveling starting from 6. So I guess it's
6
easier to
is
get
easier,
to
I
6
guess.
to 8.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, I don't know if I've gotten an 8 master before, just in general.
Mostly 'cause if I care about League, I get them all to 8. You just have to do them every time you see them. It just sucks. But they made them a lot easier quality of life wise with the last thing they did, where they teleport to you and they removed all of the annoying missions. Like
Yeah,
the reach
yeah,
stuff.
that's awesome. Not having to track back through one half.
That's a
or one
massive
side.
deal, especially because some of them were so good.
They just-
Like Torah is such a good mission to do because it always gives you like 3 packs. Some of them are blue packs, And yes, some of them are also lethal because some of the bosses are invasion bosses, basically, like the Chaos Firestormer, etc.
Oh, and you've got like porcupines in the
Sure.
enemy
Or spiders that
areas
have
and
Flicker
shit.
Strike, whatever. But the problem was that it's just you have to go find her again, and it's just like fuck that. So everyone was doing core
tracking back.
missions.
I mean, this shit can appear on one side of the map, and then you've got
Yeah.
all these maps where
exactly
it can appear in
So
like
that's
a
great.
different.
That's great. That's
level
such a
of the
massive
map.
change now. That's so good. But yeah, so let's look at the MMO Champion thing. They just have like Q&A.
The
so
Q&A.
benefits.
Yeah, the first
from
one is
DX12 or 11.
the first one's about DX11. It says what's the main benefit? It's just faster, is
That's
what they say.
basically it.
The performance is questionable because they've got, I mean, DX11, the lighting, like I said,
Yeah.
you're sacrificing some frames for improved lighting. That's probably pretty much it. I doubt that it's really that much better. I think they're just trying to justify it here.
Oh shit.
It
So
says while the update did also make the DX9 renderer faster, the 11 one is still faster and strongly recommended, which originally it wasn't. It was saying, this is in beta, try it out.
So the
It
2.5
might have some
client is just
issues.
going to be default then, it says. It'll be default when 2.5 launches.
It's only going to be DX11 when it launches,
I guess so.
or it'll be default. I think they're giving people the option to run in DX9. So
I'm definitely going to do DX11. The master thing's pretty interesting.
default. And,
It says they're making you master, so it's 30% easier from 7 to 8, 20% from 6 to 7, and 10% to 6. So in total, it's 60% easier in a way.
actually 5 to 8 is easier all around.
Yeah, which is great. So
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
like
good.
that.
And
That's
then-
actually an attainable goal that when you're not
and then Essence has
logging
a
on
core
a path
mechanic.
every
I
single day to do dailies,
still don't like-
daily rotations
still
every
not
day.
like Essence being a core. I guess they'll do Zana dailies. You should always do Zana and Elrond rotations because Elrond takes no
Mm.
time, and Zana's you can just get unique
Well,
maps.
that's subjective. That's if you don't get a full. I got a full
Oh, they're
6
all
rotation.
minutes. They all
when I
wait
was
the minute
playing.
one. Or-
When they were all they were all the feed the souls one.
Well, feed
I'm
is really
pretty
easy
sure.
if you have anyone who's
Which takes-
SRS, because when the SRSs die, they
Oh,
count
and
as
that's the
enemies.
rest, I think, yeah. Well,
And you could just put on SRS and then take off your weapon, and they all die at once. So,
jeez.
also, that's actually how I found out how to roll back the game fucking into 1.3, but it's beside the point.
Jesus
Uh,
Christ.
yeah, so then the Essence is a core mechanic I'm not a big fan of, but that's for another thing. They're making them lower drop rates, higher tiers and higher maps, tweaking the values, and then they changed some of the mods that existed. For example, the 20% more on socketed gems and gloves, that's gone now, and it's like a lesser value.
Date your shit with divine orbs.
Yeah.
If it's
Essence
a
is
higher value.
core mechanics being added to the game next season. Can you explain the philosophy behind this? Well, there's not. Fucking, their philosophy's gonna be shit, and I hate it. It's helping new players, but it fucks up. It just kind of fucks up selling things. Also, selling rares is really weird now with essences. It devalues a lot of things, and it just makes. I don't like how it makes crafting like. It's just an Alcor basically. That's all an essence is. It's an Alcor. The channeling mechanics are half of them are fucking just lightning tendrils. So they're all basically lightning tendrils in some capacity. We got fucking Blight, which is fat, wide lightning tendrils. We got Scorching Air, which is long, skinny penis lightning tendrils. And we got Blade Flare, which is just like OP lightning tendrils. Well, lightning tendrils wants to be, but it's an attack.
The actual AoE.
Yeah. What's good on expansion
you can
without
actually run
fat
cost-effective.
loot? Oh shit! Talking about fat loot.
In all caps, one word,
Yeah.
fat loot with
You can say
PHAT.
fat loot because there's 15 uniques and then there's upgrade versions of all of them. So that's, I guess, 30 uniques you could say. There's definitely, I'm really looking forward to all the uniques so I can bring all of them to standard and sell them for a time. If we click on the unique items fucking view page, we have some of the cool things they've added, which is just fucking little sword, little wand, little bow, little ring. All pretty much shit. But that's fine. They don't have to be good, as long as they're unique. That's all that matters. They said this a long time ago,
Apparently,
and it's fucking that they want rares should be best in slot for anything that isn't build enabling. That's what was said, and I wish that was still true, but it's not true because we have Skyforth, which enables nothing, but it's not build enabling. It's just better than everything else because it's retardedly strong, which is a problem in my opinion. But that's just me being sassy.
So what is this Eor's Mirage item that's coming out? Like, what are the 2 uniques that they're mentioning here?
If you go to the bottom, it says, way at the bottom it says uniques item preview page.
Ooh, oh. Okay.
These were leaked like
Nice.
last week. Nothing is.
I haven't seen these yet. Really.
Sure, sure.
I haven't checked them
None
out.
of them are like super strong, but
The bow's just like a leveling bow. Or...
they're all basically leveling. But these are all these are all the initial versions. So just think
And
of.
they can be upgraded.
Yeah, think
Can they
of
all
what
be
they're.
upgraded?
Yeah, all 15 are. So think of what their upgrade versions could be. That's the thing.
Hopefully not worse.
Well, there's a rapier which now has new 12 weapon range. It has attacks have an additional chain in main hand and an additional projectile in offhand. And the joke I was telling Jackie was Wild Strike affects both of those things. So you can do dual wield, upgraded Ewer's Mirage, Wild Strike or something. And you have stuff like the Shade, which is increased spell damage if you dealt a crit recently. Crits don't do damage. It's just like you can see like, all right, these are cool as it is, but wait for the leveling. The fucking big versions could be really insane. Case in point, you have stuff like Doomflesh Prism, which is like a great fucking bow. Its lesser version is completely worthless.
Yeah.
So there could be something crazy. We'll have to wait and see when it comes out and the full list comes out. It's exciting.
I mean, upgraded Voidheart,
Oh yeah,
the Voidheart
yeah.
was
There's
fucking insane.
league defining. I crash every time switching the character. Please help. Look at him in his error messages. Yeah.
You skipped over one again.
What?
Progress.
Which one?
Progress is resetting.
Oh, that's below for mine. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
What is progress resetting? With the entire league behind us, let's discuss efficiency tips and tricks for getting a head start. Yeah. I mean, it's just like tips and tricks for a new league, whatever. Like, it's pretty standard. This is an opposite of what you want early
He's
on.
saying use low tier sextants to try for increased item quantity. There's also a sextant mod that guarantees an additional map drop from the boss, which is completely random, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but I have a better strategy that's less fun for getting ahead in the league, and that's sit at Lake till 85 and then just buy a T8 or buy like 10 T8s. That's what I'm gonna do. It's just not as much fun, but it's more effective. Like, the best way to do it, honestly, this is all you gotta do. All right, you sit at Lake forever, and then you buy we'll just say beach, right? You buy a beach map because it's the best T2 map. All right. So then what you do is you find whatever the map is that shapes beach. You do that, and then you just chain running T7 beaches until you get to a plateau. Or you can do Mesa. You can make your T5 mesas T10. So then your Atlas literally only has 4 maps unlocked, and all you get to drop are shaped beaches and shaped mesas. And you do the same thing for Shaped Strand, and you do the same thing for Plateau, and then Gorge. And then your map is only dropping super linear maps, and then you just do that till 95. And then you fill out your Atlas afterwards.
Wait, so you don't... How does the map drops work? You won't get other maps from...
No, I only get maps that are that maps or maps bordering that maps. I'll get less maps in general, but I won't care because I'll just buy the maps. And then the only maps that will be dropping are the same maps I'm running.
About this.
Yeah. That's just a way to streamline your Atlas. It's just...
Trick is to just stick to a specific map that you want to just grind out.
Yeah, it's just less quote unquote fun for like a newer player. It's you're completely gaming the Atlas system and you're not like engaging it at all.
And you're not benefiting from
the bonus, no.
increased item
But I don't
quantity.
care about the item quantity. I just want to run fucking
The
strands
XP.
all day long. Yeah, that's the whole point. I mean, yeah. It's what my
What
thing
if Atlas gave you an XP bonus for every map that you had?
1% EXP bonus.
0.1%.
That's still too much.
0.1% XP plus.
Because that means it's 10% or 12.5% XP for a full Atlas, or is it 1.25 XP? A full Atlas is 126. So it's
Is that cute?
is at 0.01. What does that equal then? If it's full.
12.6, I guess.
Yeah, that doesn't
It's
seem.
one.
That
Or
seems.
is it 1 per?
No, 0.01. We'll say.
What is the IQ? Is it 1? It's 1% per.
It's 1. It's not. See, it's not even IQ. It's a common misconception. Atlas doesn't give you IQ. Atlas gives you a 1% chance for your map to drop at a higher tier.
Oh, right.
So
yeah.
that means once you have 100%, your map has a
Totally
100% chance of dropping at a higher tier, which means you always get a +1 map minimum.
Yeah, imagine if it gave you quant though.
100 quantity, that'd be
Just
that's way
piles,
too strong.
piles and piles of loot.
Fucking 126 quant. Oh man.
Items everywhere. Just the entire
Too
fucking
much.
map covered in items.
We're
By
on
the
the
time that you've
we're on the
completed
last one
islands.
finally. Yeah, this is the last list. We've gone through all 25 almost. You can do the last one.
The I crash. I've still got like 3
Oh
more.
fuck!
that we
Which
haven't
one
touched
says
on.
the statistic? We did it. We did everyone.
Refresh the page? I don't understand why isn't. Because I opened it like the same time. I think
Okay.
you did.
No, it still says the last one for me. For me, the last one says the statistic EHG was the deadliest league so far.
HC?
EHC was the deadliest league
What's
so
the
far.
deadliest?
Yeah. Do you
The
see that one?
deadliest league.
Do you see it or
No,
no?
I don't see it.
I'll just fucking.
No.
I'll just link it
Here,
to
let
you
me
in
open up the
Discord.
next page. It's probably on the next page.
I just posted in Discord.
I don't see it.
Fucking your shit. Your shit. It's in Discord.
Hasn't the game also progressed to like the biggest player base?
Well, I'm curious. I haven't looked at it yet, but I want to see if it's percentage wise.
Right, but I mean, a higher percentage
Sure.
of people are gonna die if they are
Yeah.
all new players.
Yeah.
If they're all newer, which Path of
Look at
Exile
the thing.
recently has picked up a lot of new players.
So we
Does it have the
have-
information on there?
Yeah, it does. We
Total alive / dead.
have- okay, so we have.
You could have combined the 2 numbers.
Yeah. What's at the bottom?
Oh, I gotta open the original.
No. All right. So we
Oh
have.
wait, no, that doesn't even.
That's
Go
how
ahead.
much alive. That's how much we're dead. And then the mortality rate was that much. They're just looking at mortality percentage. Oh, they did fucking by class. Hardcore essence. 68.3. God, that's crazy. Hold on. So that means the amount of players in this league was, we'll say, 15k, 13k. 12K.
My image is cut off on the
15k.
Ranger Deadeye Pathfinder.
You know, the amount of people playing hardcore every league doesn't even rise that much. It's like
Yeah,
maybe
like
like
the same.
a couple hundred extra people play league.
So not really that much change.
Bloodlines was like the most popular. That's insane. And also, these hardcore deaths, I feel like 1,000 of them are just because they don't want to play anymore. Hardcore
Probably.
Essence,
I mean, you got to look at the
0
timeline
alive,
too. Like
1
if this
dead.
is when was this put together? Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
what was the date of the post?
An hour ago.
Okay, so he's putting it together from right at the end of the league.
Also, the guy top comment says this has a lot less. It probably has a lot less to do with Essence and more with Atlas.
Right. People are trying to do Shaper, and I mean,
Yeah. It also this only shows the top 14,000. Doesn't actually show the entire league. No.
a lot of people died to Shaper, and the Shaper.
I don't think. I think less
Guardian,
than
or
100% people.
what do you call
I bet you
the,
Guardians? But I think I bet you less than 200 people even got to that content in hardcore.
Okay, so the Guardians are the 4 things that you have to.
4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
The 4 guys that you have to kill to
Yep.
get into
Chimera,
Shaper.
Minotaur, Phoenix.
Okay. Because I misunderstood the Guardian. For some reason, I thought Guardians meant like the
4
like
randomly
mini
generated
bosses before.
Yeah.
The mini bosses
Yep.
before you have to actually fight the Shaper.
I don't think so because they have Guardian in the map name for the chimeras and all that stuff.
Right. I was just confused.
It's okay. We all have aneurysms. Fucking
Downs.
You little downs.
A couple extra
Yeah.
chromosomes. Doesn't hurt.
That's some information. I don't know how good it is, but it's legally information.
It's semi-accurate information.
Yeah. Well,
One of these is that I've got on mine says ideas for some new support gems, and it's a forum post.
I had that, but I don't know where it went.
Did you see that? By Starlight85.
Where'd that go?
Here, I'll link you the forum post.
Mine left me. Mine left me.
Your family?
Yes.
That's sad. So he's got like a lot of like the
See hammered in.
shaped,
See hammered in.
yeah, spiral projectiles spiral outwards from the position.
So
they
essentially,
originated.
that's just Vel
Hammered in.
Fireball,
Vel,
Special Throw.
Vel, Spec Throw.
Sidewinder is like
well-
Sidewinder's just Chakram. So is
They follow an S-shaped trajectory.
Yeah, that's just like
I,
Chakram.
my thing was like I wish they had less damage investment and
More mechanical
support
things.
skills.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be more interesting on how you. It'd be more about choice rather than, okay, elemental focus is it the
Yeah.
crit one, the
No,
crit
no.
penalty?
That's
Elemental
controlled
focus.
destruction.
Or no, yeah, right. Controlled destruction. Controlled destruction gives you a penalty to your crit, but crit builds are still using it because of the more multiplier.
They should just make it
And
so
it's
it
just-
says your crit's dealing
Just
no
damage changes. There's no real mechanical change.
Now, what they could do is they can actually make it do a little bit. They can make it do like 70% more damage or something, but it says like your crits heal the enemy, like something. They should make it really like holy shit. You cannot use this on a crit build. If you want to get, if you want to gain the ability of this, you have to basically spec into RT to make it so you're not fucking yourself, which is at least more an investment.
What was your idea?
That it's like right now it has it top ends at like 49% more multiplier. If it was like 60% more, but it said your crits healed the enemy.
Oh my god.
That way you have to get like Resolute Technique as a caster, like
Yeah.
to make it. But it's an insane spell damage buff. But if you want to get it, you gotta like really fucking work for it, which is I think the mentality how it should be. Like, if you want this to
I
be
just
crazy,
wish there was more cool mechanical shit like a Spectro style return thing, and,
They-
and
they
less
have stuff
make the supports less about the damage and more
Yeah.
about like customizing how it actually. Of course, things are still going to be best in slot. That's just how RPGs work.
Yeah.
But still have like more cool things like have like a split gem. Like instead of having one big flame blast, it has two. You know,
Or it
what I
makes
mean?
like four
it
in a
splits them
pattern,
up.
or it makes like a giant fucking star of flame blast or something, so
Right,
that if they
and
all
you'd
hit in
have-
the middle, it does all five, or like like you can make it so it does cool abilities. But
And you could have all sorts of different like bonuses.
I
like,
think the
ways
problem
to-
is that the way that they're
Now that, of course, that would be
split up-
harder to balance stuff like
Sure,
that. if you
but I
tried to
think that the way that
reward-
their division is split up, I think they pretty much work in as a unit on things. I don't feel like they have just one guy who's just set off like making cool shit. You know,
Mm.
maybe they should just have one guy relegated. Like, all right, your job is to work on everything that the community keeps yelling about over the past 5 years. Good luck with that.
Well, this is something that I actually like. I haven't paid too much attention to the forums stuff. Like I don't frequent Reddit or anything, but this is something that like Path of Exile is one of these games where it kind of resonates, and like I think about it sometimes, like
Yeah.
how they could change it and make things more interesting. And I think about support gems are like one of the biggest things where I think
Well, it's a whole
it
modular
sets
system.
Path of
you know?
Exile apart
Yeah.
from, because it's not the same as like runes in Diablo where you just kind of pick whatever the best one is for your gear or your your class, whatever the best
Yep.
rune is or whatever you want to call them. So I mean, there should be more freedom to this too, though, because when you're locked into picking the best support gems,
Mhm.
it's just kind of boring.
Yeah. Well, hopefully.
And
we'll...
I don't see a lot of people. I mean, I haven't seen. I'm sure people have complained about it, but I'm
No,
sure a
people
lot of
make posts like
don't.
this probably every couple months, but lots of times they get buried. The only reason it's not getting buried is because there's nothing else happening on Reddit the next couple days. Everyone's just waiting. It's that
And that's
waiting.
one of the best parts about RPGs is when, sure, not everything is going to be viable, but when most things are viable and there's actually some cool, significant change
Build diversity.
between one thing or the other.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, I'd like seeing when people will pop in different skill gen, like, you're going to pop in Conk Effect instead of
Mhm.
increased AoE, but, that's still really simple. Like,
Yeah.
do I want more damage or do I want bigger AoE? It's just,
Well, well, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, patch notes come out in a few days, and we'll see if many changes happen. I don't think we release everything, so there could be some surprises.
I like this orbit idea where they go around your character, but that's still kind of like the hammered in.
It's very close to
where
Spiral.
I'm sure a lot of people. I like when Vol Spectral Throw came out. People were like, "Oh boy, fucking hammer pallies."
Too bad
They
it's
got all
complete
fucking
shit.
triggered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that about wraps it up for fucking this thing. Yeah, nothing much. I mean, we went through the whole list. Wasn't completely AIDS. It's probably the least active Reddit week, or how it always is before patch notes, before League comes out. Just a bunch of fucking whining and memeing, which is
Let's do
pretty
one more.
One more.
Can we fit one more?
Yeah,
Yeah. This is just a quick.
Where
this is just a quick,
you see this?
by the top tier League starter builds.
Oh, hold on. I see it.
Just gonna go through the.
What do we got?
A lot of users talking about strong builds that can clear maps quickly, builds that really ramp up clear
Oh
speed,
shit, I see
various
Bladefall
techniques.
Totems is T0. Oh
Is
man.
that on this list?
It's tier 0, yes.
Oh my god, Bladefall double totem.
Yeah. That's what
Oh my goodness, look you.
I did it.
Oh
Mom.
my god.
Yeah.
You made it. You made it, lady. You fucking made it.
I'm T0.
You're on Reddit. It's not even. It says Thraz used this to get to Merc Dried Lake in 5 hours, 30 minutes. Like how has no credit to.
No, I get nothing.
Poor lady.
Sad
Zero
face.
fame.
Sad face.
Somebody will text you about it eventually though. Like,
Yeah.
hey man, I got a serious question to ask you about Bladefall totems.
I like the one comment says open thread, see Bladefall Totem 2-0, close thread. Yeah. Definitely, yeah. I mean, T1 builds, Blade Vortex, Blade Nerfs, Blade Fury, nerfs expected. Firestorm, Fire Nova Mine. This list is
Flame
retarded.
Blast, of course, is T1. Fire Nova Mine.
Flame Totem,
I actually
T2.
thought that was really. I had an easy time with Fire Nova.
No.
Like I hardly scaled Fire damage.
Oh, sorry.
I wouldn't say it's tier 1.
One mistake I'm making is I keep forgetting this is a league starter list. Like,
Yeah.
alright, that changes
I
things.
mean, the investment, you have to think about this.
Because T0 build should be Fizz Wander, and it should be Reeve. Because those are probably the best 2 builds in the game.
Well, probably Blade Flurry too, unless it gets nerfed.
It's
then-
gotta get nerfed. I'm including before Blade Fury is even in the game. The best builds in the game right now are probably Fizz Wander, Spectro, and Reeve, but using about 3,000 Exalted worth of gear. So
But as far as a starter goes,
in a
what is-
league, yeah,
What is your tier 0, tier 1?
tier 1 probably
Obviously,
pretty
Bladefall
close to
totems,
this.
You would agree with this guy. You would agree that.
Bladefall Totems works fine. I would just say Totem as a category.
Right. Yeah.
I would just say Totem. I would say Firecaster.
If you can bear with playing totems.
Sure, Totem, Firecaster, Essence Drain
If you're
slash
the, if you're
Caustic.
the kind of guy that plays Torbjorn.
Yeah, so there's I wouldn't even put tiers because it all just depends on how fucking not retarded you are. So you have like Firecaster, Totem, Essence Drain slash Caustic Arrow, so just Chaos Degen. SRS is insane for starting build. And then that's about it. I really wouldn't pay anything past those. EQ, maybe. But those 5 builds, I wouldn't play anything that doesn't fit in those 5 categories as a starting build. Because you're just going to fuck yourself. You know, there's a lot of subcategories to those two. Like all those, like Totem build, there's a ton of Totem builds. Firecasters, a lot of Firecasters, whether it be Firestorm, Flame Blast, Fire Nova Mine. You can put Firestorms on traps, you can put them on mines, you can put Flame Blasts on totems. So there's tons of overlap. It's just playing those just work the best as starting builds. I mean, Essence Drain and Caustic Arrow have very little investment. SRS has very little investment. All it requires is like a 4 to 5 link +2 staff, which you can get day 1 or 2. Same thing with Caustic Arrow, same thing with Essence Drain. EQ requires starting uniques that you can get day 1.
I'm surprised you put War Chief in tier 2. I would say that's probably tier 1, tier
Fucking
0.
War Chief's T0 if anything. I mean,
Yeah.
War Chief's insane, but
That's-
I think it should get nerfed also. I don't know, it still doesn't make sense why every other totem build has massive lists of negative multipliers, negative placement speed, negative damage. Every single thing on War Chief totem is positive this, more this, positive that. It's like, what the fuck were you even thinking when you made this? Like, I don't understand the logic there. And then everyone's just like, oh, it's okay, it's melee. Like, oh, okay, I'm sure it is.
Well, I mean that is a good argument as far as like,
what?
but you're not actually playing melee. Like, yeah.
No, you're not.
It's like Blade Flurry. Yeah, it's a melee skill.
The
Okay,
one
well,
downside
you're
it has
stuff.
is you have to be able to see your totem for it to be doing damage.
It has to be on screen. Or...
Yeah, that's it. That's literally it.
What if you had to have line of sight to it? Not that I want to introduce line of sight
in this game in general. Oh god. Sure, but it'd still have to have.
What if it had to have like? Okay, I mean, line of sight isn't Searing Bond like a line of sight?
Well, yes, it is. But
so what if you had to have a?
Still be insane
a bond
because it has
like a tether.
That wouldn't matter. Wouldn't matter. Doesn't affect Shaper. Doesn't affect Azuri. Doesn't affect Azaro. Doesn't affect anything. It can face roll.
But if it's a very short tether, like you have to stand on
5-foot tether, 5 weapon range tether.
No, I mean really though. Like think about if you have to stand
sure.
on top of your
then it's fine.
So every time
as it stands now, it stands right now, every single melee build runs War Chief in a 4-link for single target. Do you know how bad that is? That every single build runs War Chief in a 4-link. It's always the same fucking thing. You get Conk Effect, you get Multi-Strike, or you get Melee Fizz. It's always the same shit. That never changes. Like, and you're just like, what? This doesn't seem good. Yeah, but we'll see. I'll be using one of these leagues. I'm playing Flame Blast in a couple days anyway, so I'll be using one of these leagues.
Right, and that's why it confuses me why you put it on tier 2, because you can just plug this shit into a 4-link and that's
no other. Well, because this
you
guy
can use it as a main. You might as well use it as a main.
Yeah, but you're also taking that's step 1. It's a fucking Reddit post, so take it with a grain of salt, even if it's by Jesus himself. Like,
well, I mean, he said tier 0 was Bladefall Totem, so I'm giving him some credit here.
It is the greatest build of all time. Oh god. All right, that's it. Fucking, it's over. We're done. We're done.
Dunzos.
What's your name?
James Van de Beek.
All right, and that makes me the B in apartment 23.
Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wizzy out, the number 1. That's it. Fucking, we'll do an episode 4. I'll probably be doing one on Wednesday or Thursday before League starts, I think. Assuming patch notes and shit comes out. Yeah, that's it. Fucking show's over. Go home.
Can't stay here.
You can't stay here.